The OzoBot's
It's the size of a
not
tennis ball,
quite
isn't it? Or not even
that
not
big.
even that, a golf ball.
No, not even that. So a Sphero, which we'll get to, is about the size of a tennis ball. This is smaller than a golf ball.
Yeah,
There's two versions of it. One's a little bit bigger than the other. So compared to their finger, you can see about the size of them. But they are really cool little things. What you can do again is you can just draw lines, and the OzoBot will follow the lines, which is wonderful.
What's with the colours? This is what I was looking at before and thought it's something to do with the program. But how does it work?
That's right. So you've got this black line, which the OzoBot's going to very happily follow, and it doesn't have to be black. It could be a blue line, and it could follow a blue line as well. You get to a point where you might want it to spin around. So you stop drawing the black line, and up here there'd be something about spinning, which would be tornado, I think. I don't know if I can see it there. Cool moves down the bottom, tornado. So looks like it's South Sydney colours. So I do black, and then I do about a half a centimetre red, half centimetre green, half centimetre red, half centimetre green. When the OzoBot gets to that point, he'll spin around and around and around, and then he'll continue to move on along the path that you've drawn for them. There's some really cool things about the OzoBot, including that you can, with it, you can retell stories. And this is stuff that I've done in classrooms with lots of kids, where they will do something like Little Red Riding Hood. On a piece of paper, they will draw Red Riding Hood's house, they will draw the forest, they will draw the big bad wolf, they will draw Grandma's cottage, and they will draw another path back to the house, and they can retell the whole story of it. And at different points, like when Red Riding Hood talks to the wolf in the forest, you can get a spinning around or whatever. When they get to the house, you could get Red Riding Hood, doing something else like a zigzag or a spin, or doing some sort of back walk. And then when you get back home, then the OzoBot might do something like flash all different colours or do a little dance or whatever. So that's with little kids, you can do all of that. One of the things that we did with older kids, because the coding also has blocks like the blocks we saw with Scratch, really, we had maps of Taronga Zoo, and there was a group of students who were going to Taronga Zoo, which is in Sydney, but you could get Melbourne Zoo just as easily. And the students were outside the zoo. They got the OzoBot outside the zoo, and then they created a pathway using code from the OzoBot being outside the zoo all the way through to the OzoBot being at the elephant enclosure. Now, if you put the OzoBot on the blue dot outside, it would go through the gate, it would follow the path around, and it would end up at the elephant enclosure. If you put it on the red dot, it will go through the gate, it would follow a path around, and it would end up at the cafeteria. Those sorts of things. It's not just for the Lidleys. It's something that you could certainly do even through to year 7 and 8.
Yeah,
really useful.
I love some of these technologies have that feature where you can see how little kids can use it very simply, but if bigger kids have got it in their hands, then they're going to do something much more sophisticated, up and down and all
Absolutely.
around.
And now even with the code with the OzoBots, can I just finish with this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so it has 5 levels of coding. So, and the very first level, just like Scratch Junior, the very first level is for pre-readers. So if they want to do coding, coding you can do with the colours and just some textures, but coding you can also do with the blocks. And the pre-reader level is just like the Scratch Junior, where you just follow arrows and that sort of thing, and you don't need to know any words, which is terrific.